It's your boy Breezy Breathy Extraordinaire. Today we're going to be talking about Jo Jo Siwa. Some of you probably don't know who Jo Jo Siwa is. He was known for being a super toddler back in the day. If any of y'all had kids in the early or late 2000s, I know they were obsessed with this girl. I worked in childcare for a good long time, and all the badass kids I watched love Jo Jo Siwa. Like, I could not get her dumbass music out of my head. But Jo Jo Siwa, she gained her popularity through toddlers and tiaras. I don't really fuck with beauty pageants, anything like that, because it's based off exploitation of literal children. Like, they have kids up there shaking their ass in bikinis, and judges are deciding how cute they is. Like, that's weird. I think that's very odd. It causes so much trauma on the young girls that compete. They're competing for a beauty standard that's placed on them by adults, grown adult sickos. And it's making them think that they're not going to be anything. It fucks with their idea of beauty, and it makes them think that how they look naturally isn't beautiful, and they have to appeal to these weirdos. I feel like it's a breeding ground for being groomed and abused. That's exactly what it is. But that's how she got her rise to fame as a kid. But she was the most hated, ain't gonna lie.
You were 5th in the competition. You're 5th on the pyramid. Sometimes you act like a 5-year-old.
There was this lady named Abby Lee Miller who would glaze every one of the kids. No Diddy. She was a big asshole, like just being a jerk. Like, I watched a few clips of these back in the day, and she was just a jerk.
Your kid would rather be with any other mother here than with you.
Stand here and let you talk to my child like that. Everybody else will. I will not.
You're backing up a brat. Then I would have put her in.
Gia, do you know the order of the solos?
JoJo, have you learned nothing?
She was the white Suge Knight on the show, honestly. And she honestly hated Jo Jo Siwa. But rumor has it, Jo Jo Siwa has become Abby Lee Miller. She out here moving like Diddy. Not the assaulting part. Just the harming children part. She has this group, XOMG Pop, crazy name. Mind you, they're all minors.
That she was forced to work under some serious physical stress, that at one point, JoJo's mom basically told her to go to a video shoot just weeks after Leia underwent spinal cord surgery.
Also, at the fucking Children Emmys that JoJo was hosting, one of the dancers, Leah, her stomach, her belly button started bleeding, and allegedly, JoJo's mom told that hoe to throw a maxi pad on it and keep going. That's ridiculous!
At one point, even began shaming on one group member for having a physical disability.
JoJo said, you gotta get back to work, get back to it. You gotta work hard. She essentially turned into a mini Abby Lee Miller. Just straight demonic shit. She even had these little niggas sleeping on a mattress. Like, JoJo basically is silent on it, but Brian Friedman,
Her entertainment attorney,
responded to the allegations, essentially saying it's all cap. You know, take that how you want to take it.
Sources told Rolling Stone that members of the group were under the impression that this was all to give JoJo's mom a new project, as JoJo was maturing and moving on to the next phase of her career. She was putting down the bows and seeing what the next stage of life was going to bring her. She
out here dressing like the main leader of Kiss and hitting the Diddy on stage, literally going freak mode. Like, this whole rebrand, she's trying to divert everyone's attention, because not only that, she's hanging out with niggas like James Charles, who is literal proven, well, I'm not gonna say proven, but like, there's some screenshots out there of him being in some not so okay situations. But these are some pretty serious allegations she's not talking about at all. She's constantly spamming this shitty ass song. I cannot get stuck out of my head. It's so bad.
Raging baby fever, giving a glimpse of her alleged baby bump and writing "can't wait." She bought a whole stock of baby clothes, even picking up baby strollers and holders.
I have a little girl right now.
Like, she even has like a bunch of fake tattoos on her arms to look like some Australian lesbian. It's so bad and it's so corny, but it's literally just a marketing scheme to divert everyone's attention. On top, also, this is a little off topic, but the song she dropped is so bad because it's literally made by the same writers of Shake It Up, apparently. Like, this Miley Cyrus rebrand don't work. It only works if you add in a little racism, you know what I'm saying? The fans only gonna rock with you if you appropriate black culture.
In the club, high up, put some shades on.
Hey, it worked for Miley Cyrus. Niggas out here still thinking she light skinned. It's like, nah, let me stop. Miley Cyrus is definitely a lot more progressive now, so shouts out to her, love her. But JoJo, this is not working. It's not you, shorty. It is not you. You's not Taylor. She really is a villain. This is scary. She's scaring kids. She's scaring all those children that used to love her. They gonna tune in and see this. Ah! Causing nightmares right now. I know it's not your job. I know you're grown now. You need to address these damn allegations. Let's get back to it. Like, you're harming children. Why everybody out here moving like Diddy? What the hell? We got Dan Schneider, the muff that made the X-Men movie. Almost on Brian Peck was tempted by a little boy.
People wrote letters of support for Peck, which are used to influence the judge during sentencing. Among the recognizable names that voiced their support towards Peck were Ron Melendez, Alan Thicke, James Marsden, Ryder Strong, Will Friedle, and Belle's former The Amanda Show co-star Taran Killam. In his letter, Marsden noted that he'd known Peck for 14 years. I assure you what Brian has been through in the last year is the suffering of 100 men. Killam wrote in his letter, I've seen the effects this situation has had on Brian, and I know for a fact that he regrets any mistakes made. In February, Strong and Friedle commented on the situation on their Boy Meets World podcast, saying, in telling me what happened and instantly spinning it to where it wasn't his fault, it was clearly the fault of his victim. My initial instinct, because of the years I'd been working with him, was, well, yeah, of course, it can't be you.
I should slap you. Everybody just weird harming children. She ain't SAing any kids, but she out here doing exactly what happened to you. It's a cycle of abuse. It's what Drake essentially did. As a child, been hanging out with people like Colin Bellinger.
Your shirt says milk all over it. You drink milk? Yes. You know that comes from a private pond?
Changed her way of thinking what is and what isn't appropriate around children. She got her start on Dance Moms. Children were treated as adults. She was treated as an adult since a child by like James Charles and Colleen Bellinger. So she probably felt like it was okay to go around and treat these little ass kids like grown people when they really needed help. I'm not saying it's okay, but that's an explanation of her behavior probably. It's a cycle of abuse, and we saw the same thing happen with Drake Bell. Didn't learn from what happened to you. And it may be because you didn't have people in your circle, may had the wrong people in your circle, or no therapy or anything, no support. But there's actual people online telling you this is something serious that you need to talk about. You're letting people down because are victims of childhood trauma that look up to you. I don't look up to you. But you know, some people do look up to you, and you know the fact that they're finding out you went back and did the same shit to those kids is sad. So you need to talk about it instead of like focusing on being kissed right now because you look silly, shawty. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Just a quick little video. We got more videos coming out soon. And I'm gonna be giving out some products for you guys too. I have a bunch of products, and I want to make sure you know a lot of the people that have been supporting me and getting and helping me out cool things too. So I got a lot of cool products I have and I want to give out to you guys. So join my Discord or just add me on one of my socials. Let me know if you want some, and I got you. Thank you guys so much for all the support. But this is just the beginning, and peace out. Love you.
Thanks, guys. Your blood oath is fulfilled.
Yay! To the mesosphere!
Finally, we can die!
Looking like a silk. Put that in the motherfucking dirt. Put his face on the motherfucking t-shirt. So for my sake, let that nigga merch.
And little did I know, I was completely right. They dropped the Quiet on Set, a documentary, and this Dan Schneider is the biggest, and he was doing some crazy shit.
Wrong with people?
Just do it.
But that's not performing.
Come on, just do it.
But why should I? I don't want to get my feet all.
Okay, on 3, I'm gonna.
Just do it.
All right. There we go. Spread your toes, girl.
Woo! I still say this is not performing.